Hi team, good evening. So today our topic is filter, right? So in the filter, we have filters. Okay, what is the filter? So filter is nothing but here. So it displays the required data. Okay, it takes the required data. Okay, required data తీసుకుంటుంది. Okay, required data. And by hiding the unwanted. So some field మనకి కావాల్సిన required data తీసుకుని remaining data ని hide చేసుకుంటాం. ఓకేనా? So hiding. This is the idea. Okay. Now, in this we have three types. Already previous class lo discuss chesam. This is the three types. One is worksheet level filter, right? Worksheet level filter. Okay. And second one is data source level. Data source level filtering. And third one is across multiple data source level. Again, I'm going to clear this one. Okay, here I'm typing text. I'm typing text here. Okay, now this is the filters. Okay, filter is nothing but simply it display the required data. Okay, required data. Okay, now so filter types. Okay, filter types. Okay, these are the three types. Okay, three types. One is worksheet level filter. Okay, and second one is data source level filter. Okay, filters. And third one is across multiple data source level filter. Okay, filter. Okay, in the coming to worksheet level filters, already we discussed in previous class. Worksheet level filters, these are the header level filter. Just I remember these things. I remind you what are the filters, what are the types of filter. Okay, this is the first one is header filter. Sorry, header here header level filter. And third one is data view level filter. And third one is marks card. Okay, marks card. And the fourth one is quick filter. Okay, and context filter. Okay, context. And cascading parameter filters. These are the type of the worksheet level filter, right? These are types of the worksheet level filter. Okay, and okay, and coming to data source level. So in the data source level, already you see the data source level. In the data source level, you have to filter the required field. You can select date field, region field. Okay, whatever it is field, you can select that field. You can add into the filter. So whatever you field data field required, you can select. Okay, already previous class this topic I covered these topics. Now we are going to across multiple data source level filter. Okay, so across multiple data source level filter means what is the across multiple data source level filter. So here I'm going to, so here data source A. Okay, I'm giving name is A, and data source B. Okay, B. Okay, here I'm taking the two data source, right? This is the data source 1, this is the data source 2. Okay, in the two data source level we can combine the field. So how you can combine the field? That is the across multiple data source level. But here, so in the data source level, what are the columns available in the data source level A? What are the data source in the coming to B? So what are the data, what are the columns, what are the data fields, what are the dimension field present in the data source B? So here ఇందులో ఉన్న డైమెన్షన్ ఏ వాల్యూస్ అయితే ఉంటాయో ఇక్కడ కూడా అదే ఉండాలి. అంటే బోత్ సైడ్ కూడా కాలమ్స్ అనేది కాలమ్ నేమ్ అనేది షుడ్ మ్యాచ్. అంటే కాలమ్ నేమ్ షుడ్ మ్యాచ్ అవుతేనే యూ కెన్ కంబైన్ ద ఫీల్డ్ అన్నమాట. దట్ ఈస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, నౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు క్లియర్ దిస్ వన్. సో here I'm going to across multiple data source level. Okay, across across multiple data source level filtering. Okay, filtering. So across multiple data source level filter means I'm taking the that data source ds name A, okay, and I'm taking a ds name B. So in the data source A, so it will match into the data source B. In the data source B, one field match into the data source A. So I think here, suppose here region is there. Here, okay, here I'm taking here is there, okay. Same as here, same as region, okay, and here also same, okay. Both values are should match అనమాట. ఓకే, రెండిట్లో వాల్యూస్ అని మ్యాచ్ అవుతుంది. బట్ ఇక్కడ డిఫరెంట్ నేమ్స్ ఉండొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ కేటగిరీ ఉండొచ్చు, ఇంకా కేటగిరీ ఉండొచ్చు ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, దాన్ని ఇక్కడ కూడా కేటగిరీ ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే కస్టమర్ నేమ్ ఉండొచ్చు. ఓకే, లేకపోతే అగైన్ హియర్ కస్టమర్ ఐడి ఉండొచ్చు, ఒక కస్టమర్ ఐడి ఉండొచ్చు, హియర్ సమ్ ఐడి నెంబర్ ఉండొచ్చు. సో డిఫరెంట్ ఏదైనా ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉండొచ్చు. బట్ యూ షుడ్ మ్యాచ్ ద బోత్ ద డేటా సోర్స్ లెవెల్లో. సో షుడ్ మ్యాచింగ్ ద కాలమ్ ఫీల్డ్స్. So e columns field match అవుతేనే we can able to do the across multiple data source level filter. Okay, this is the concept of the across multiple data source level filter. Now I'm going to do the practice here, how you can implement the data source level filter. Data source 1A 1 and data source B. So in the tables, what are the matching columns available in the data source A, and in the data source B, what are the data fields, what are the columns, what are the dimensions, so matching to the A, so that you can identify. So now I'm taking two data source, so we can identify what is the data source. In the fields we can identify. Okay, now I'm going to open, I'm taking the two data source here. Now clear this one. Okay, for example, I'm going to here two data source, right? So I'm going to here two data source. Okay, in the documents I'm selecting the my Tableau repository. Okay, now I'm going to data source. Here, these are the previous version 2022.4 here. Okay, I'm taking the Excel sheet here. This is the Excel. Okay, now this is the primary data source. Okay, I called as the primary data source. Okay, I give the name which primary. Okay, primary underscore ds. Okay, now again I'm going to folder. I'm going to Tableau repository data source. Here I'm taking the 2023.1. Okay, in the 2023.1 I am taking Superstore, copy and paste into desktop. Here I've given the name of secondary data source. So these are the two files I am taking from the different data source. Okay, the different folders lo two data sources తీసుకున్నాను. Now I'm going to open Tableau 2023.1. Here I'm taking the primary data source into the 2023.1 here. Okay, this is the important. Okay, now so I'm taking two data source. Here I'm taking the one data source. This is the primary data source. Okay, now I'm going to add the order date as usual. Every day doing this process. Okay, add. Now I'm going to sheet. Okay, this is the primary data source. Okay, now I'm going to add here. I'm going to add another data source. Okay, Excel. I'm going to secondary data source. Right? Click here. Okay. Okay. Now same. I'm taking the order date. Right? Now I'm taking the same here. Okay. Now I'm going to take the same. So this is the primary data source and this is the secondary data source. Right? This is the primary data source and this is the secondary data source. Okay, in the primary data source, what are the fields, what are the dimension fields available? So you can check it. So already we discussed what is the, so now I'm going to again, what is the across multiple data source level filter? Okay, this is the today topic 2. Across multiple data source level filtering. Okay, filtering. So what is across multiple data source level filter? So now, for example, again I'm saying, so this is the data source. This is the data source 1. Okay. Now here I'm taking another data source 2. Okay. As usual here, primary data source is a DS1 and secondary data source is DSC2. Okay. Now I'm giving the name as 2. Okay. Here, so in this, what is the fields available? primary, you have to check what are the data fields, what are the dimension fields, what are the measure fields available in the every data set. Okay, e data set lo a fields unnai, e data set lo a fields unnai. Fields nothing but dimension value, measure values. Okay, so you can call as I can call as the fields. Okay, u field, that is the calls under, that is the measure under, that is the dimension. You should remember this topic. Okay, now coming to primary data source one. This is the primary data source one. In the primary data source, we have to check what are the dimensional fields available, what are the measures fields available. Okay, now I'm going to secondary data source. This is the secondary data source, right? Here now I'm going to check this one. What are the data fields available? So here, what are the data fields available? You can check both the side, both the data source. Then, if both the matches are, both the table A, table B, both the columns are matching, then it will display the, it will going to act as a across multiple data source level. If not, it's not possible. At least 1-2 dimension field are matching from the one data source to another data. So DS1 lo 2 matches ఉన్నాయి, DS2 lo 2 matches, then it will go into the across multiple data source level filter. సో రెండు టేబుల్లోను, రెండు కాలంలోను, ఐ మీన్ రెండు డేటా సోర్స్ లోను డైమెన్షన్ ఫీల్డ్స్ అనేవి మ్యాచింగ్ గా ఉంటేనే ఇక్కడ అక్రాస్ మల్టిపుల్ డేటా సోర్స్ లెవెల్ ఫిల్టరింగ్ అనేది జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, నౌ దిస్ ఈస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, క్లియర్ దిస్ వన్. నౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు, దిస్ ఈస్ ద ప్రైమరీ. సో మన దగ్గర డిఫరెంట్ డేటా సోర్స్ లేవు కాబట్టి నేను సేమ్ డేటా సోర్స్ లు డిఫరెంట్ డిఎస్ తీసుకోండి అంతే. సో అది ఎలాగని అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి సింపుల్ మెథడ్. So we are in the first primary data source level filter, right? This is the data source folder. Now I'm going to here, order date, drag and drop into the year. So how many years are there? 21, 22, 21, sorry, 22, 21, 2019. Here, 4 years available. So now I'm going to secondary data source level filter. Here I'm taking the order date into the row cell. Here, see, check it. Here 3, only 3, 20, 21, 23. Okay. So here we can identify the what are the dimensional fields available in the cities. Based on this, we can identify the which is the column is same into the primary or secondary. Here you can identify these are the symbolic identification. So this is the blue color. Blue color will always act as a primary data source. Now I'm going to, this is the orange color. It will act as a secondary data source level filter. This is the primary. This is the secondary. So in your mind, some little query, raise your some little question. So can you add that this one is primary or this one is secondary? So can you do this process or not? That is the question. So here I'm adding primary data source is a blue color and secondary data source is a orange color. So is it possible to reverse secondary stores, secondary data source? So can you do this primary and the primary can you go for the secondary? This is the important. Now we can do the same process, no worries. Okay, now I'm going to clear this one. Okay, here I'm secondary data source. Now I'm taking the reason into the, sorry, I'm taking the order date. Okay, this is the, now I'm taking the primary data source. Okay, 21, 22, 20 here, 20, 21, 22, 23. Now I'm going to, this is the secondary data source. Here I'm going to take the order date to the row cell. Here, see, check it. What are the matching fields? So here you can identify. This is the rows, I mean, dimension fields are matching, right? This is the order date, this is the order, both are same. Good. Means one's coming to primary data and again second one is coming to secondary data source. Okay, it's good. Now coming to fields. Here, this is the order, this is the primary data source, right? In the primary data source, 20, 21, 22, 23 available. Coming to secondary data source, 19 not having. 20, 21, 22. Okay, these are the matching. These are the matching. These are the matching. Here not matching. That's the point. It will display the null value. Okay. Suppose here I'm going to remove this one. So it will show the again. Okay. Now I'm going to order into the row cell. It will display the 19, 20, 22. Okay. Now remove this one. Now I'm going to secondary data source. Now it will display the 19 later. So 20, 21, 23. So what is the point here? In the point, across multiple data source level, just we can identify the columns are matching or not. And again, data fields are matching or not. These two things most important in the across multiple data source level filter. Okay, got it? Now I'm going to Now I'm going to clear this one. So here I'm taking the, in the primary data source, I'm going to take the region. Okay, here region central is sub. Okay, good. Now I'm going to here taking the profit and sales. Okay, sales. So it's good. Visualization good. Okay. Now this is the primary data source. Here I'm giving the P. Okay, primary. Just identification purpose. Now I'm going to secondary data source. Okay. Now I'm going to secondary data source. In the second city, I'm taking the secondary. I'm giving the name as secondary. Yes. So in the secondary data source, same as I'm taking the region, and the same as I'm taking the sales and profit, right? Profit. So what happened in the primary data source? I'm taking the region, sales and profit, and secondary data source here I am also taking the region, sales and profit. So both the fields matching, column field match. Okay, data fields also matching here. Then here now I'm creating the parameter here. Okay, now I'm going to create parameters. So I'll give the parameter name is region. So I'm giving the name is capital letter. Okay, okay, region. Sorry. Okay, region. Now in the region, I'm selecting the string format. Now I'm going to select list here. Now I'm typing these names here. Okay, now I'm typing the name as central. Okay, central. Now again, I'm going to type the east. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take the south. Now I'm going to take the west. Okay. These are the fields I'm taking here. Okay. Apply. Okay. Then here I'm creating the only one parameter in the both sheet. Here also parameter is one. Secondary also parameter is one only. Okay. Okay. Now in the both sheets, this is the sheet one. Now I'm taking the region into the filter. Okay. Use all. Apply. Okay. Now again coming to secondary data source. Here also I'm taking the region into the filters. Use all. Apply. Okay. Okay, again I'm coming to the primary data source sheet. This is a sheet one sheet. Okay, so this is the sheet one. In the sheet one, I'm selecting the filter, edit this filter. Okay, now I'm going to condition. So user, now I'm going to condition by formula. Here I'm typing the region. Region. Okay, is equal to region. This is the parameter. Okay, violet color belongs to parameter. This is the, okay, again remove this one, region. So this is the region. This region belongs to primary data source level column. Okay, is equal. I am taking the region. So this is the region. Capital region is equal to parameter. Okay, apply. Okay. Now I am going to second. Here also edit this one. Okay, simply open this one. Okay, copy paste. This is the one. Copy. Apply. Here I'll do comment to C2 and edit this one. Okay, use all. Condition by formula. This is the best region. Okay, I'm going to apply the across multiple level filtering. What happened? We'll check it. Okay, apply. Okay, now here also show filter. Here also show filter. Okay, so now mean show parameter. Here also show filter, and sheet will select the show parameter, and sheet also show parameter. Okay, check it. This is the central where in the secondary data source level. Now I'm going to primary data source level. This is also central. Okay. Now I'm coming to secondary data source level filter. Okay. Now I'm going to select. Here I'm selecting the west. Okay. Check it. This is the west. So it will display the west. Then I'm going to here primary data source. It will act as it will show the same. Okay. Same. See, this is the west here. Secondary west and the primary also west. In the primary, I'm going to select east. Okay, in the primary, I'm going to select east. So automatically it will be affected to the secondary data source level. See, in the secondary data source level filtering having also east. East, this is the east. This is secondary data source. Secondary page. In the secondary page, it is also east. Now I'm going to select the south in the page 2. Okay, in the sheet 2, I'm selecting the south. Again, I'm going to the sheet 1, mean primary. So it will act as it will automatically change the south. See, this is the south. Here, what you are observed. So what is in your mind? What happened over here? So across multiple data source level means you can combine the fields to different data source. So here I am taking the so this is the across multiple data source level filter. Okay. In data source level filter, table A, I am taking the table A. Okay. And secondary data source level, I am taking the table B. Okay. Here I am taking the two sheets. I mean two Excel sheets. Okay. This is the one Excel sheet. This is the one Excel sheet. In the Excel sheet, column should be match the both ends. Okay. So in the column region undi, same in the also region undi. So these are matching, right? Matching. So coming to here, category undi ikkada. Then here some category place some department undi. But it is not matching, right? Here matching, which one is matching? So region is always matching to the secondary data source and primary data source. In the primary data source, category undi and secondary data source not category and display, but this is the not matching. So this is the matching. Here first one is matching columns are required. Okay, matching columns are required. Okay, and secondary and second thing, in the matching columns, data fields also required. Data fields also same fields undali. Same fields undali. Okay, same. This is the two important things. So that is the you can do the across multiple data source level filter. I feel you can understand. Okay. Now clear this one. Okay. Now I'm going to